So today we're talking all about raised beds, whether it be this type, your traditional bed that you often see in people's gardens made up of sawn boards that you've bought from the hardware store, or we can make the bed out of pallets. If you look over there where my greenhouse is, that raised bed is basically made of pallets, and I've lined it, faced it off with cedar shingles. The good thing about this bed, I could have made it lower like the other one, and I could have made that bed higher, but again with this sort of height it makes it easier, as I'm getting older now, to get down and weed the bed and plant the bed up and access the bed. So pallets is a good, cheap and easy way of having a raised bed. Or rocks. As I showed in, I think in my first beginner's guide to grow your own vegetables, you can use rocks. This is essentially a raised bed. All I've done is lined an area with these big rocks, and I could have made the rocks higher, as I have done in other raised beds, and filled it with compost. Whatever type of raised bed that you're thinking of using, or that you do use, they all have particulars that I think make them successful for the home gardener. They make access easy, you know, so I can access this from here, 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 and all the way around the bed quite easily, getting in between the beds, into the bed, etc. They allow you to control what's going in the bed, and by that mean this bed, I know what that soil is made up of because I put that soil in there. Yeah. Fair enough, you can do it around the garden, but my garden is just basically on rock. Every 2 yards, every 2 feet, I will dig up a rock, and it's debilitating, and it takes a long time to do any gardening with all the rocks. But in this raised bed, I know that all this earth is nice bit of soil that I compost, etc., that I put in here, and in this case I've mulched it with this seaweed. So that's another one of the good things about your raised bed. The access, the soil you're putting in, it's easier to weed and control weeds in a raised bed. Again, you've got access from all sides, etc. In the springtime they warm up quick, and in the autumn you can keep it warmer longer by putting a nice cover over the top, some sort of cloche, and it's easier to keep things growing that little bit longer. So today what we're going to do is we're going to build your traditional raised bed, and we're going to build a bed out of pallets, and we can look at the pros and cons of the different ways, what's more expensive, etc. And I'm basically just going to show you how to build the 2 different ways, and then we're going to look at what we actually put in the bed and how I fill these different beds.